Judgment. Final judgment. Final
What is up, everybody? To the Final Judgment right here. Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. Man, it's been a little different, right? We're used to having these live post-game shows with after the Philadelphia Phillies and after the Philadelphia Eagles. And, you know, we're usually going back and forth. We got the Houston fans in, we got the Dallas fans, we got everybody. But tonight's for everybody, right? Tonight's for everybody. First of all, this is the Final Judgment right here. Obviously brought to you by Heat Ratio Sports, Win Daily Sports. Heat Ratio Sports, where all you get your local and national sports talk. And obviously Win Daily Sports, all you get your sports betting and fantasy football needs. And as always, our great friends at SEObrand.com, the place where all analytics begin. My man Adam already checking in, says, what's up, Tony? Eagles defense got a lot better. We're going to talk about a lot of there's so much to talk about. It is insane. Like I could have had like 35 topics for this one show, and I'm just like, wow, like it's just like blowing my mind. You know, the Eagles making moves, Phillies always in the news in the hot stove, right? You know, just Major League Baseball itself in the news, free agency opening up, right? There are so many storylines. You know, where is everybody go? There are going to be some major trades, going to be some major shakeups, a lot of stuff going on in the NFL. What about Buffalo getting like 70 inches of snow? Are you kidding me? Like 70 inches of snow already? Like I'm already pissed off that it's like 25 degrees out right here on the East Coast. I cannot believe that they're going to get 70 inches of snow. It's ridiculous. Eric, what's up, my man? Eric, listen, again, my man Eric was in Discord with me the other night. We're hitting some NBA 3-point made props, plus money props. Again, make sure you're checking that out, man. WinDailySports.com. You get your free membership, win big, and you go join our free Discord, and join the Final Judgment Room with me. I do plus money props. That's all I do. It's fun. We hit, and we have a lot of good engagement in there too. Eric just joined the club the other night, so Eric, as always, welcome. But no, listen, there's just so much that's every time I turn on the news, like something else, man. And it just doesn't have to be sports relevant. It could be just in the entertainment business, right? Like, honest, like the Taylor Swift thing just like boggles my mind, right? Honestly, I mean, look, I grew up with so many different performers, right? I went to the Rhythm Nation tour. It shows you how old I am. If you don't know the Rhythm Nation tour, that is the illustrious Janet Jackson, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, right? And only certain people will understand what I'm talking about when I say that. So when I see these Swifties or this whole Taylor Swift thing, it just boggles my mind that people are willing to spend this amount of money to just sit up on the roof to try to get a glimpse, right? Listen, I get it. You know, you never know. It's just crazy to me, man. Crazy to me. Eric already throwing in here with the 3. Listen, I gave this out in Discord. You got some time on it. It's as close. And I'm not, again, my man Dave took NBA tonight. I'm on Thursday Night Football. But I will tell you, Eric, that the one juicy 3-point prop that I like, I just threw it in Discord about 10 minutes ago, is the Harrison Barnes over 1.5 3-pointers made for plus 155. Honestly, if I did NBA tonight, it probably would have been my lock. That's how. Listen, that's how confident I am in that number tonight. I think the over and under that game is 237. It's going to be a ton of games, real fast pace. And Barnes, his stroke has been money, man. Just throwing it out there. But listen, we got a lot of Phillies hot stove to talk about. That obviously we got to talk about the Bryce Harper injury. Okay. Oh man, is he out? Oh, I must have. I threw it in there literally about 9:30, and he was still in at that time. So that's the thing with NBA. Sometimes they throw him in there at the last minute. These guys, these non-COVID illnesses, and they need extra days off. So maybe it could be, Eric. It could be. Adam says $1,200 for one ticket. Like honestly, if I said to you, is there anybody that you would pay $1,200 to go see, or 50? Somebody paid like $20,000. Okay. Instead of putting a down payment on their house, they decide to take that money and reroute it to be a Swiftie. Okay. And they take Taylor Swift and to buy concert tickets. Again, I don't know what the hell's going on with this world. Again, 70 inches of snow in Buffalo, people throwing $20,000 down for Taylor Swift. I don't know. But one thing we do know is that Bryce Harper for the Philadelphia Phillies is going to require surgery. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Okay. Number one, if you're not following the Final Judgment on YouTube, you need to go do that. Okay. I know everybody, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you're at, make sure you're subscribed to the show on YouTube. That's going to be where all the content is. Obviously, make sure you're liking and subscribing to the page. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell, obviously, and you're getting engaged. Okay. Number two, you'll know why. Because I said this on the air weeks ago, okay, that Bryce Harper was going to require Tommy John surgery. Now, how invasive it's going to be, we don't know. But I think that's the reason why Bryce was going all out so hard, because he knew himself he was going to need this major surgery. And there's possibilities, okay? Big possibilities that he can miss, 50 to 60% of all year. Okay. Let's be realistic here, people. This is Tommy John surgery. Okay. I know he's not a pitcher, but it still has to use his elbow. So we have to think about that a little bit, right? We have to think about that a little bit. This is a big deal going in. It wasn't a big deal if you listened to the Final Judgment, because you would have already known and been prepared for something that we already knew was on the horizon. But people were acting like all of a sudden his UCL tear was all of a sudden going to just Band-Aid itself up and be okay, right? And it's not. Okay, and it's not. So shout out to Bryce Harper. Prayers go out to Bryce for a speedy recovery. We'll see what that entails, and we're not going to know until they go in, clean it up, do the repair, and figure out how invasive that procedure was going to need to be. So, more to come on that. But this is hot stove time, right? And we have to talk about our Phillies wish list, not just Phillies wish list. If you're checking it from Houston, who is your Houston Astros wish list, right? If you're checking it from LA, who is your wish list? I want everybody's wish list on this show. And if you're not checking in right now, that's fine. At us in the comments, because if people know, that's one thing. I go back and forth with people all the time. Okay, I don't mind. It's good with me. I enjoy it, right? It makes my day go by. I really, really enjoy it. I love speaking to the people, right? So I can only talk about, for me personally, what I would like to see happen for the Philadelphia Phillies. And I know everybody's on these, these crazy pipe dreams, okay? Crazy pipe dreams. Adam says, you think they will fill in someone to fill in Harper until he comes back? I mean, honestly, Adam, that void's going to have to do exactly what we did this year, and that's going to be a Harper at DH, and it's going to be Castellanos in right field. I mean, I think you're going to see a much different Nick Castellanos. In my opinion, I'm not sold that all of a sudden he's trash, because he's not. He's a very, very good player. And, I went on a rant. I'm not going to go on a rant again, but for all the people that buried Nick Castellanos and all the people that buried him at the plate, did you also give him praise for being the only guy to play 140 something games in right field when your MVP candidate couldn't play? Because I hope you did. because it's got to go both ways. Because without him, who would have played right field? Odubel Herrera at the beginning of the year? Like, are you kidding me? But nobody gives him that cachet. Nobody gives him that respect. So I think people need to do that. But man, Eric says Turner is my number one. Yes, Verlander. Yes, 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 and yes. And I listen. There's a reason why on the thumbnail of this show that I have Justin Verlander. Okay, I want Justin Verlander. I want Cy Young. Again, did you look? Did you like honestly? Like we talk about things all the time, okay? And I know we hate him because he's a Houston Astro, and oh my god, right? But unanimous Cy Young Award winner after facing major adversity, coming back from Tommy John at his age. Like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously, let's think about that. Did you? I mean, again, he received 30 first place votes out of 210 total points. Has won a Cy Young Award twice before, making him the 11th Major League Baseball pitcher to win it 3 times. He's the 4th Astro to win the Cy Young Award and the first Astro to win it twice. Okay, this dude's 40 years old, and he's still got a lot left in the tank. See, that's my biggest thing. Because a lot of people, because I started, well, I'll say he's 39, okay? Or no, he's actually 40 now. Yeah, right? He's going to be 40, right? So at 39 years old and his first season, yeah, he's 39 right now, he'll be 40, right? So first season back, mind you, not second season, first season back from Tommy John. And he just goes absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. Okay? Verlander had pitched just 6 innings since 2019. Just 6 innings since 2019. Okay? Who would have thought he'd come back and again dominates his opponents for over 175 innings this year? His 1.75 ERA is the lowest by an AL pitcher in a full season since, you got it, Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez in the year 2000. This is all courtesy of Yahoo Sports. The future Hall of Famer and 9-time All-Star also led the AL in wins with 18, whip in .83. Can I just tell you how insane a .83 whip is? Like, when you get to 1, it's elite level, okay? .83 is unheard of. Again, since 39 years old, Tommy John surgery, coming back, and he puts up these kinds of numbers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Opponent batting average, 186, and hits per 9, 5.97. In 12 starts following a Houston loss, he went 9-0 with a 1.11 ERA. That is a huge stat. Following a Houston loss. That's called being a veteran. That's called being able to step up, right? When being called upon, to give your team that extra spark. So again, Verlander has got so much more left in the tank. 100%. Adam says, we lost to a Cy Young Award winner. Congrats, Verlander. Absolutely. Absolutely. Starlin Medina said, listen, Alcantara is a freaking beast, man. Absolute beast. Okay. And again, it's Betts Fisher in 2022. Exactly. Like, did you ever think about that? Like, you think about all those years of all those Marlins pitchers, right? That just come up through the farm system, right? As much as we didn't like Dontrell Willis, still came up through the farm system and pitched his ass off. Josh Beckett is another one, right? We watched these guys that, Alcantara's doing the same damn thing. Okay, these guys, I'd like to know where they get them at, man. Where do they get them at? They have a hellacious scouting director. Okay, especially with the Dominican market, to be able to international signings, which is absolutely huge, which Houston had, right? Same thing. Eric says, plus we need Kate Upton in the stands to buying the fans beer. Well, wait a minute. What's wrong? Mrs. Hoskins was buying people beers. You didn't like Mrs. Hoskins out there buying people beers. But nah, listen, Kate Upton would fit right in. Kate out them with fifth right in. But think about this. Again, this is a very calculated thought of mine, to put Verlander in this rotation, right? Because he instantly anchors the rotation. Okay, but I'm not done. Listen, Verlander can't be my end all be all. Okay, it can't be. It can't be my end all be all. Okay, right now my end all be all is Carlos Rodon. Okay, I want Rodon and I want Verlander. Okay, it showed you one thing's for sure. Okay, and Dombro is a baseball guy, and I know he gets it. Okay, but one thing's for sure for watching that World Series, you heard Bryce Harper say it many a times. Okay, good pitching beats good bats any day of the week. Okay, so instead of going out and spending tons of money over and over again on the offense side of the plate, which again, we still need to get a Trey Turner or Xander Bogaerts. I completely agree with that. But besides that, you need to invest in pitching. And I don't want to hear we're just going to bring Painter up. No. Okay. You need to go out and you need to get the best pitcher that you can buy. Okay, to be your number one A, B, whatever you want to call it, because Aaron Nola is not it. Aaron Nola pitches much better when he's not the number one, right? When he's not the 1A or 1B, Aaron Nola pitches a ton better. Okay, so if you bring a guy like Carlos Rodon in here, who instantly anchors a staff, whether you want to put on 1 or 2, him and Wheeler are right there. And then you bring in Verlander, and Verlander now is your 3, okay? And then Noah becomes your 4, and then Suarez becomes your 5. And then you can push Gibson to the pen, or you can flip-flop him and Suarez because Suarez looks like he can do whatever you need, right? So again, I think this is a huge play. And look at this, man. I got to throw this out there again. Okay, can you just do me a favor? Everybody, if you're listening to this stream, okay, stop what you're doing. Go to WinDailySports.com. Sign up for free. Go to the Discord. Sign up for free. Okay? Join the Final Judgment room. Okay? All I do is plus money props. That's all I do. I do plus money props. I don't bet all that minus 130, minus 140, minus 150. Okay? I have fun doing it. Okay? I have fun. I do a lot of research and I have fun. But my man Eric checking in. Austin Hooper. Boom. So that means, Eric, that I got on for plus money. Austin Hooper over 2.5 catches. So before that touchdown, he was 2 for 17. Over 2.5 catches, which means we hit that for plus 125. Okay, because he got 3. And then we get the touchdown call. Okay, plus 600. Plus 600. Ivan checking in. Ivan, we got it, bro. Plus 600 on the TD call. Plus, we got the plus money for the over 2.5. You need to be following WinDailySports.com. You need to be checking into the Discord, and you need to get in that room. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. That's where it's at. 100%. 100%. It was a pass from Henry. Oh, my God. What's the odds, man? What is the odds? Unbelievable. I love it. I love it, man. What's great is I got my boys here hooking me up. The Win Daily Sports community, the Final Judgement community getting in here and helping me out while I'm on air, and I can't even see the picks, man. This is wonderful. I love it. I can't wait. Adam says Verlander would be number 1, then Wheeler 2. Now, and that's the thing, Adam. It all depends, though. I don't. Verlander can't be my end all be all. Okay, like you, I can't get Verlander. Then you tell me that's your big signing. Okay, I can't get that. Okay, what I need is Verlander, okay, to be my 2 or 3. Okay, I need Rodon. See, they wanted Carlos Rodon. They tried to get him from the Giants at the trade deadline. But kudos to Dombrowski for not giving up his young talent, knowing that it would have been a rental, okay, knowing that he could possibly sign him in the offseason. So I need Rodon, I need Verlander, okay, and I need that top 5. I need to go 4 deep, okay? I need to go 4 deep, 100%. 100%. I need to go 4 deep. It's what it's got to be. Giants want to yeah, I mean, again, like, they wanted some primetime talent, and rightfully so, but I was not going to give that up for a rental. I was not going to give it up for a rental, man. No, 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 no. Right? Rookie of the year 2022 for you. Are you talking about Harris or Strider? Harris won of Rookie of the Year, correct? I'm pretty sure, right? I know all the awards are coming out now. I know Alcantara and Verlander get Cy Young. MVPs were announced. I'm pretty sure Harris won the Rookie of the Year, which again for Atlanta. I mean, how do they continue another team that just with the homegrown talent that continues and continues to smash, man? It's unbelievable. It really is, but I think we have to start looking at the Phillies too for developing a farm system, bringing guys like a Ranger Suarez, right? A guy like a Sir Anthony Dominguez, and a guy like a Alex Baum, a guy like a Bryson Stott. All right, I mean these are guys that we have to start looking at, and we need to finally say, guess what? We have a farm system. I mean, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? We talked about this on the show before. Okay. When, again, I ain't mad at Ruben. I know everybody was mad at Ruben because he traded everybody away. Ruben went all in. Okay. And speaking about all in, we're going to talk about Howie Roseman really, really soon. Okay. But again, Ruben went all in. He gave us all the aces. He said, look, here we go. Right. He said, here we go. He said, go out and win it, boys. Go ahead, go do it. Because we got once in a lifetime opportunity with guys like J-Roll and Chase and Worth and Howard, right? He knew there was a small window of opportunity, and we should have won the goddamn thing in 2009. And I still have nightmares of Jorge Posada and Johnny friggin' Damon. Are you kidding me? Right? No. Right? I still see. Oh my God. Again, man. He says it was Henry. It was Derrick Henry passed to Hooper. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. I can't believe we hit that. That's amazing. It's amazing, unbelievable. Eric says Hoskins might be traded, so we need a replacement. Who's taking Reese Hoskins? Like everybody says, oh, he's going to get traded. Who's taking him? That's what I want to know. Like a lot of people say he's going to get traded. And Eric, I'm not this ain't against you. I know you're not saying he's going to get traded. But what I'm saying is I know a lot of people I see across the timeline. What about the Twitter timeline? Like, what the hell is going on with that, man? It's crazy. Okay. In the AL, I'm sorry. That's right. In the AL. My bad. Again, my bad starting. I was talking about NL Pena versus J-Rod. I'll tell you what, man. I've said this before. I don't know if you follow me. If you're not following me, you found us on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing to the Final Judgment. If you're finding us on Facebook, make sure you're subscribed to us to the Final Judgment. We're up to 1.36 thousand subscribers. We were doing 1.2 thousand viewers on live streams throughout the World Series. It's just been, after football games, it's been amazing. So shout out to everybody checking in. The engagement has been absolutely terrific. I'll keep bringing the content. You guys keep following as well. But yeah, listen, I'm huge on Jeremy Pena. Okay, I went as far as, and people call me crazy, but I went as far as saying Jeremy Pena is our Derek Jeter. Okay, I think he is that great. He's going to get to that point. He's silky smooth. He's professional. He's mature. He's fundamentally sound, man. I mean, and that's what you don't see. I witnessed the maturity in his first year, rookie year. Okay, winning MVPs throughout the playoffs. Okay, coming up in big spots, saying the right things, doing the right things. Again, lead by example, right? Lead by example, which is exactly what he was doing. So again, and this is a youngster. This is a young boy in a huge. What the hell is this? So I look like John Wayne Gacy, dude, bro. Man, what guys crack me up, man. Oh my God. Oh my God, whatever. Eric says it's crazy that paying you better than Korea, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? You get Carlos Correa goes to Minnesota, signs a lucrative deal, a couple years, but again, here we go again. It looks like he's available because he only signs for the 1 year. But now you got you got Jeremy Pena comes right up through the farm system, and boom, here he comes. And they don't miss a beat. I mean, I'll tell you what, I knew he had the glove. I didn't know he had the bat. I mean, he's got a glove. Obviously, he'll work on it, but man, he's so smooth at the plate. Like I said, like Derek Jeter was smooth as hell, man. Derek Jeter was smooth as hell. So again, at the end of the day, they have developed the proper farm system and the proper formula for being successful, right? And again, a lot of teams are going to follow that blueprint. So that's why I'm saying the Phillies have to look at this realistically. The Phillies spend a lot of money. They're going to continue to spend money. It's like an open checkbook. They don't listen. John Middleton wants to win. Middleton wants to win at all costs. But a lot of teams around Major League Baseball are going to open up the checkbook. Okay. Eric says, and that's nothing against Correa either, because he's a dog himself. I think he won the 17 World Series MVP. Carlos Correa is a fantastic player, right? He really is. Might not have had the best year overall in Minnesota, but no, I agree. What you're saying is completely correct. You're saying, look, they let a guy like a dog like Correa go, and then all of a sudden, you insert a youngster like Jeremy Pena, and you don't even miss a beat. So no, I completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. Adam says, you think Rob Thompson should have had a shot at managing? I do. I did. To think that he didn't is ridiculous to me. Right? It wasn't that far off. I mean, and what he did was pretty remarkable. So he should be eligible to be voted, at least voted for, for those accolades and those achievements. I mean, that's a reason why they removed the interim tag. It's a reason why he got the 2-year deal. It's a reason why that they got to the World Series because of Rob Thompson. I mean, manager of the year's got, he's got to have a shot, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand, but it's going to be interesting. Let's see what the Phillies do. Okay. I'm curious to see if it's going to be Bogarts, if it's going to be Turner. I heard some interesting talks about, maybe they go all in and try to go after Aaron Judge, which would be absolutely remarkable. Is that possible? I have no idea. Again, we don't know. We got ourselves a game, 2017 Titans. 2017 Titans. Check that out. So we got the live updates right here as we're doing the stream, which is absolutely remarkable. Shout out to my man E. Thank you very much, sir, for that. I appreciate it. Just let me know if Alan Lazard gets over 4.5 catches, because that was my lock of the night. So it wasn't looking too good at halftime because I think he only had 1 catch. So again, let me know how that looks as well. But listen, let's move on. Okay, let's move on, because again, I want to try to keep these streams. I think we get back to the Monday, Thursday night format. It's going to be, again, nobody wants to listen to an hour. Okay. So I think we do good about 45 minutes tops. Bring the engagement, bring the comments. But let's shift we need one more for Lazard. Okay. One more for Lazard. So it means he's got 4 catches. It should be interesting, man. We're sweating it out. We're sweating it out again. Locks of the night, sweating it out. But let's parlay this into some football talk, because again, this is NFL. And again, there's not just because this is a Philly centric show, but we do talk all sports. Okay, I hit them all. National and local, doesn't matter. We're gonna start doing some music talk as well. I'm a big music head, so everybody doesn't know. I'm a huge music head, huge hip hop and R&B head. But I do go all around, whether it be rock, whether it be country, whether it be Motown. I go everywhere. But rap, R&B, hip hop, that's where I'm at. That's where I was born and bred. That's what I was brought up on. So again, I'm gonna say that I want to start doing some music shows where we start reminiscing about old school tracks. This is the 50th anniversary year of hip hop, so we're gonna get some hip hop talk on this channel as well. But we gotta talk some football, because the Philadelphia Eagles did a couple pretty interesting signings. With Lindell Joseph, right, and obviously in Ndamukong Suh. And I have a question for everybody. Again, listen, I get it, right? Number one, I have an observation, okay? A couple observations, okay? One observation is Howie Roseman's going all in, right? He's going all in. He's bringing these guys in. He's going all in. He's saying he knows there's a window of opportunity to win this year. That's what he's saying. He's watching what's going on around the NFL. And, whether it be injuries, whether it be, culture that's, completely falling apart on specific teams, whether it be team chemistry. He knows that this is a window for him, okay, and for his team. So he's going all in. But the question I have, and undoubtedly, Suh and Joseph will help as long as they're good and they're ready to roll. but isn't there a reason why they weren't signed? I mean, I asked this question, and I don't do this to get in this heated debate. I'm not doing this as a hot take. I'm not doing any of that. I'm asking a legitimate question because I think sometimes in Philadelphia we go over the top when we bring in other players and we sign these guys. Okay, and I just think about that. They've been free agents the entire year, and there's been a lot of parity within the NFL. There's been a lot of lackluster play, and neither one of these guys could catch on to a roster. Now, did they have opportunities somewhere and they just turned them down because maybe they were in a win now mode and they looked at this team and said, okay, they're ready to win now? Or was nobody beating their door down? If nobody was beating their door down, why all of a sudden are we beating their door down? Right. And again, the other thing about that is, and again, I hope they help. I really do. But the other thing is, let's think about how big of an impact Jordan Davis has already made. He made such a huge impact that they need 2 guys to replace him. 2 guys they had to bring in to replace him right now. It's crazy, man. Eric says, I'm not a fan of Suh because his history, but it is what it is. I don't think he'll be a huge impact because there's a reason there of it. And that's the thing, man. It's week 11. Right? It's week 11, and they're still been putzing around. They were still free agents. Nobody wanted them. Okay? And this is no disrespect to either one of these players. I'm just saying, I hope that we get some kind of impact, but people are thinking that these guys are going to be legitimate Pro Bowl starters. I mean, come on, people, relax, pump the brakes a little bit. They're going to be rotational pieces that can help us get this isn't Von Miller. Okay? It's not Von Miller. Okay? That's not the kind of signing this is. So I think that we have to, sorry about that. Contacts get a little crazy every now and then. But I think that sometimes we have to be realistic on our expectations and understand that yes, these guys at one time were great. I mean, listen, Suh is just removed from 12 sacks. I get it, but there's a reason why. Maybe it's going to be 36. I think Lindell Joseph is 34. But again, these guys are only going to be rotational pieces coming in, get a couple rushes on the quarterback, and like again, Eric, you're right. It's week 11, right? But the positive on the week 11 side is these guys come in and we're only asking them to play 4 or 5 weeks, right, of high level football, and then hopefully beyond that as we continue a Super Bowl push. Adam says the Quinn trade is quiet too. Listen, I tell you what, man, I will tell you that, and this is no disrespect to Robert Quinn because I hope he continues to produce like he did just a year ago, because he's not producing right now. When I saw him show up at NovaCare and there were some images about him and some videos, and he was, obviously walking through, and I was sitting there thinking like, this dude looks like he's decrepit, bro. Like he looks like he could barely walk. And all of a sudden now all of a sudden he's going to be our savior from a pass rush perspective. So I was already skeptical of what he had left. And I think we're seeing that now, that possibly it may not be that much. But again, in a rotational piece, it could always, it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt. Eric says the positive thing is they're fresh. Yes, that's the one thing. The positive thing is it's week 11. You bring these fresh guys in, and yes, they are fresh. Okay, no pun intended, but they are fresh. So that's the one thing I think that we can really hang our hat on, right? There's a reason why the Bears just gave him up, and we're seeing it now. Yeah, I agree. Eric, I agree. They knew he was washed. And I think he had some theories of his own on why to let him go. And I think one of them, he knew at that time that, yeah, I can't get up and get it anymore. I can't be that dog anymore. But again, if I can get a couple plays out of him, when it matters, that's all I need, right? That's all I need right now. I need something. Right? We need something. And hopefully we get that something. But listen, shout out still goes to Howie for at least trying to make the team better, right? Not ending, making the team better. But I want to hear from you guys too. What's your judgment on this team? Are you still butthurt about the loss? Are you still trying to blame the refs, which I think is ridiculous? Yeah, they miss calls, but refs miss calls every game. So I don't even want to get into that talk anymore because it just pisses me off because I'm not worried about the referees blowing calls. I'm worried about the 3 and outs that we did. I'm worried about the misassignments that we had. I'm worried about the Swiss cheese hole we had through the middle. I'm worried about our time management a little bit. I'm worried about our special teams. I'm so worried about that way more than I'm worried about a face mask on Dallas Goedert. Okay, on a missed call. I'm just not. You say what you want, but that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. And again, we're going to see what happens going forward. Jonathan Taylor is no slouch, right? Jonathan Taylor is no slouch. And that team's playing with they're rejuvenated, right? We saw that before in Philadelphia when a new head coach comes in, new scheme, new energy, right? Everything kind of falls in line. So yeah, listen, I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting. Henry is 3 for 3 passing. Henry's got a 100 quarterback QBR rating, man. My man Derrick Henry's just making it happen, dude. That's so amazing. That's funny. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of interesting games, I think, this week, and a lot of good plays out there. This is Football Friday, so I'll give you my Win Daily Sports football DFS picks of the week, and they're going to be on the same team. 2 of them. I like the stack of Danny Jones for 5,700 and Darius Slayton for 5,000 going at home against the Detroit Lions, who are pitiful on the defensive side of the ball. And again, I think there's some very, very good plays. I like Tyler Conklin this week, 3,400 from the New York Jets. Last time he faced the New England Patriots, he had 10 targets for 8 catches. I feel like it'll be the same thing. So again, just a few of my plays. And I love Kenyon Drake. I love Kenyon Drake. And make sure you listen. We had a huge, huge show on Sirius. Me and Sia had the callers were off the wall. You catch me again this week on Sirius from 5 to 8. 5 to 8 p.m. on Sirius, Sal Fantasy Sports Radio, 87 XM. We take live callers. So if you want to call in and get your question on the air, make sure to do that as well. We had so many callers. It was unbelievable. It was great. It really was. So, yeah. So make sure you're following the show right here at Final Judgment. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're hitting the notification bell. You know the deal, man. This is what we do here. You know the deal. You got to hit the bell. You got to hit the like. You got to hit the subscription. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's where we go. But yeah, listen, we had a lot of good talk. I mean, listen, we had a good opening talking about Bryce Harper, right? About the surgery, what's going to happen, what are the Phillies going to do as far as free agency? Is it going to be Turner? Is it going to be Bogarts? Is it going to be neither? We talked about the pitching. I for one, want Justin Verlander and Carlos Rodon. I think that the wish list needs to be more than one. It needs to be 2. You can bump Ranger to the pen if you want. You can bump Kyle Gibson to the pen if you want. In my opinion, I think that could be a good opportunity depending on who we get or what direction we go into. But I think that 100% that's the way we need to go. Stick with the youth, continue to grow the youth in Bohm and Stott, right? In Marsh, continue that, get Castellanos into the cage, get him out of that funk. I think he'll be back and continue to build, man. As far as, the Eagles, same thing. We just talked about them. 2 great signings in Joseph and Suh, as long as they're impactful when they're out on the field. And I just ask again, why were they free agents up to this point? I think there had to be a reason why they were floating out there. So, again, and what is your wish list, right? What is your wish list? Just so you know, I am back and forth about, we what we may do, because there is a ton to talk about. Okay, there's a ton to talk about. And I really liked it, like the 10 to 15 minute settings. So again, I think what we may do, I know that the base of the show is going to be Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. I think we may go to a once a week show that is 45 minutes long. But then what we do is maybe, I'll be doing like 3 to 4 segments with that, during the week. talking about specific topics, and then you can interject in on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you are tuning into. I think it may be better relegated for everybody and easier for everybody to follow along. So I think. Adam says, are they both playing this week? As of right now, yes. As of right now, yes. So as always, man, I want to appreciate everybody stopping in. A lot of great engagement on the timeline. A lot of cool things happening within Thursday Night Football. We hit a couple props live on the air, plus money props, which is always a good thing. And again, make sure you're following Heat Ratio Sports, Win Daily Sports. And again, I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. It is free. WinDailySports.com. Make sure you jump in there. And again, the Discord room, the Final Judgement, it is free. It's in there. Dropping plus money props, DFS plays all day, every day. So a lot of cool things happening over at WinDailySports.com. So make sure you're checking them out as well. And make sure you're checking this page out right here, the Final Judgement. I have some pretty good, we're going to get more people, more interviews on the show. If you saw Joe Richmond, brand ambassador of basketball for the Delaware Blue Coats, was fantastic. Wow. Austin Hooper just hit on 2 TDs, man. Everybody told me I was crazy for Austin Hooper. I was crazy for Austin Hooper. It's unbelievable, man. I love it. But again, like I said, shout out to Lindsey Mopert, right? For real, Temple own again, going out there and getting a job out there in Buffalo, being their correspondent, being their sports anchor and reporter. I am going to get Lindsey on the show in a couple weeks once she gets settled in. She's out there in Buffalo. Can't wait to get her perspective on the show. Still trying to get Alexa Ross back on the show. Again, how ironic, another Temple made Phillies own, goes to Rochester, then moves from Rochester and goes and now covers the Indianapolis Colts and the Pacers. Get her on the show as well. Get a lot of other people on the show too. I'm trying to do some different things here for you guys, to keep you guys, in tune with the show and interested and intrigued, and trying to make it fun. So, but again, like I always say, man, it's been great. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Watch show on replay. If you're watching on replay, let me know what your wish list is. I want to know what you want for the Phillies. I want to hear what your thoughts are with the Eagles going forward. I want to hear what your thoughts are on Bryce Harper. I want to hear everything, man. I want to hear everything. And Eric says plus 3,900 on Hooper 2 TDs, won $80. That would have been a huge bet. Even Jigsaw wasn't crazy enough to bet that. But as always, everybody, like we say on the show, everybody stay safe and stay healthy. And just remember, some people have thoughts, some people have takes. But on this show, you get the final judgment.